alcohol talk. Best of luck to this new year. Everyone take care, be safe. You should be staying home, but when you get home, stay home for 14 days. Peace out. Take care. Welcome to the year's end, 2020. Still a lot of things have happened to people personally this year, if not COVID. But moral of this story is not everyone has the same story. So what I'm here to try and tell you is that as much as COVID has affected a lot of people, there are some personal levels and everyone's got their own story, and this is mine. So let me just show you what is probably the worst thing that happened to me this year. So it happened here at Lawrence Avenue West and Culford Road on May 24th. So I hit the curb over here. Can't really see too much with it because of the snow and ice, but I hit pretty much right there. As you can see, here's a lower spot. That's a lower spot. But over here, it's been raised. And I was coming from the street up there. And I was going from the sidewalk to the road, then back to the sidewalk. That's when I hit here, and somehow I miraculously went through this spot right here and didn't hit this, and I landed somewhere around here. And I know I landed somewhere around here because I was trying to fix my bike. I had the chain fell off it, and with my bloody fingers I was trying to put it back together, but it was somewhere around here. And as you can tell, that's a pretty far fly that I did. I was coming down Lawrence. I went from the sidewalk to the road because someone on a bike was going up it, and I'd rather be on the sidewalk because it's safer, because as you can tell in Toronto, our roads are pretty shit. They got different levels on it and potholes and stupid. So from here, I went across to that side. And as you can see from this end, it's all flat, which I guess to my mind, I thought that end was going to be the same thing. But as you can see from here, it's only on this end and that end, and then this right here is where I hit with my bike at a full speed. As you can tell, I was definitely going downhill, and I hit it at a force. I mean, once I noticed that there was a curb thing, I tried to slow down. I literally either held the brakes, but I do think I hopped. I tried to hop, and that's why I didn't flip with the front wheel. I hit with the back wheel, which must have caught the curb, and I went flying forward. And then on the ground, I think literally I must have just been there for like 5 seconds, and I pretty much tried to put the chain back on, noticed that I couldn't because I needed both arms and one arm was not working for it. So I just went down the rest of the hill. That's when I called my father to pick me up, because it was going to be probably another 30-minute walk with the bike if I tried. So I was like, no, can't do it. And there you have it. That wasn't my finest moment, but the year didn't go too well from the start. So from the beginning, around January 8th, a friend of mine passed away from cancer. So that wasn't a great moment at all for anyone. And then as the month goes on, went on vacation at the end of the month, but shortly after that, heard about Kobe Bryant passing away. That wasn't good at all. And then we hear about that there was an earthquake in Cuba where I was visiting with some friends, and there was no effect to us at all, so thank God for that. But apparently the other side of Cuba had the actual impact, and then it didn't hit us at Veradero. So as part of at least February, beginning of it, there were some good memories to hold on to. There were good times here and there, but coming back wasn't any better when you heard about more COVID cases. And then came March 13th or so in Ontario, Canada, and that's where the lockdown happened, and we were down all through spring and most of summer. In July, things started to open again, and that's when I finally got to go to the movie theater. And that was the first time I went on the transit since February, and that's so many months. And you can imagine the worry when we all had to wear masks, catching a movie. But I did that a few times with a friend of mine, and it was good. I even caught a movie by myself once, just to because I was like, I want to see this movie. And that was in September. And then shortly after, the numbers started going up again, and that's when I stopped going out again. And then another lockdown happened, and that's pretty much toward the end of the year going on that things just closed again and numbers went high and everyone got scared, or more cases were being reported. So, more tests were being done. So that's why cases were higher as well. But, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. Don't really know what's going on. Everyone's worried. We want this to end. We want 2021 to be better. So COVID has to end. But we're all worried. Like, we don't know if the government's trying to change the system, if they're planning something, or if this is a real virus that came randomly and everyone is panicking in their own way. We need a 10. We need the year to go better. Because also after March, I didn't have work anymore. And then the other, I guess, good thing was in September I started working. But going from there, that's probably why at the end of May I decided to, use my bike, use my ability that I can go and exercise and get out of the house and visit some friends by having some distancing. And then, that happened. And then since then, I kind of just mingled around more locally, like in my own neighborhood. Didn't go anywhere because I got to heal. And I think things got better as August happened and my final checkup in September. Although for some reason after Christmas that area is starting to be sore. I don't know if it's related to drinking or somehow pulled it. Although the last thing I did just before I felt my shoulder pain again was push my nose. I pushed it, I don't know if I was going to clear it or something, and then the shoulder started spazzing. So to say for the year's end, this year was bumpy for me, for sure. And as you go back and forth with this, as you see me walking in a field, that's one place that I kind of went to a lot by bicycle, mainly to go through there in summer. But like I said, the whole year had its ups and downs. I made use of some parts. There were some good moments. As you can see, I had some personal joys that I try to share with others to see if anybody would be excited from seeing randomness, my adventures, etc. But it's all a hard time. We try to keep ourselves positive. You have to come out of your shell to be into looking optimistic. As much as it's hard to believe what's going on in the world, it's even harder to hear the conspiracies that the governments are trying to pull a fast one over us. Is the virus real? Are we just being sheep wearing masks? So it's really hard. All I can say is the only people who really know is the doctors, the official scientists that are studying this. And if it's real, then they should be kind of making their statement out. And if they're being shut down, well, that's really hard to decide. How do we hear it if it's all being shut down, right? So all we can do is hope that next year, 2021, is better. Which is probably when this video is being witnessed, hopefully in January of 2021, and it's better news to come. So I wish you well, and take care, stay safe, and most of all, keep your head up. Keep focusing on being happy. Take care. Peace.
Go now. Where do we go now? Go now. Where do we go now?